Next, what we're going to show you is the difference between pH between three liquids using the handy pH meter. We have three glasses here. The first is going to be A, pure tap water. The second one, glass B, is pure water. And the last, number 3, is water from the AlkaPod. Here we have regular tap water. This is pure water. And finally, water from the AlkaPod. First, let's test the pH of the glass A, the tap water. Reading of about 7.7. Next, we'll test glass B, pure water. Here we have a reading of about exactly 7.0. And finally, we'll test water from glass BC, which is from the AlkaPod. Here we have a pH reading of 9.1, the strongest pH in showing an alkaline pH. What we're going to be doing next is testing for the ORP levels of these three different types of water using an ORP meter. What an ORP meter does is test for the oxygen reduction potential of water, testing for free radicals. If there's a large amount of free electrons in the water, what this does is allows for this to reduce free radical damage within the body. If the number is in the negative, that means that there is more free electrons. Let's test glass A first. (191). Let's test glass B, pure water. (185). Now let's test water from the AlkaPod. (-225). Next, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the conductivity properties of these three different types of water using a conductivity meter. First, we'll test glass A, normal tap water. Shows a reading of 160. Next, we're going to test the conductivity properties of the water in glass B, which is pure water. A reading of 20. And finally, we'll test the conductivity properties of glass C, water from the AlkaPod. 240. What our experiments today were designed to do was to show you why drinking water from the AlkaPod is more healthy for your health, exactly because it's more alkaline and has a higher pH. Now, the first way we did this was to show you the pH differences between three different kinds of water. The first is regular tap water. The second is water from a water bottle, or pure water. And the third is water from the AlkaPod. The second way we did this was to show you also that higher pH water from the AlkaPod has a higher oil emulsifying property. If you have a higher oil emulsifying property, what this does is allows your body to more easily dissolve oils. They're very different from normal water. We also showed you that drinking alcohol increases the acidity of your body. Now, of course, this can be bad for your body's natural ability to get rid of itself, toxins and things like that. If you drink alkaline water, that helps reduce the acidity from alcohol. The same thing is true for our glucose test. Too much glucose in the body causes a higher level of acidity. Water from the AlkaPod reduces that and causes it to return to a normal state of alkaline. Now what we were able to do with the cigarette smoke is show you again the exact same thing. Smoking cigarettes causes an increase in acidity in the body. Again, water from the AlkaPod will reduce that acidity and make it healthier for yourself. Now finally, we were able to show you using 3 different types of scientific instruments exactly how these 3 different types of water are very different. The first was a pH meter, showing you that the pH here and from water from the AlkaPod was the highest or most alkaline. Water from here was the most acidic. The third way we were able to do that was using the free conductivity meter. Free conductivity meter shows how well the water conducts electricity, which of course is something your body needs. Here we can see pure water here had the lowest conductivity rating. Tap water was slightly better, but the best was from the AlkaPod. And finally, we showed you the ORP test, or oxygen reduction potential. Oxygen reduction potential test shows how much free radicals there are in the water. That means that the lower the ORP, the healthier the water is for you and the higher antioxidant properties it has. You can see the water from the AlkaPod had a much, much lower ORP potential than either of these 2 waters did.